All right, let's see. Cool. All right, I am very excited about this thing. I think I'm going to do that alone. But I'm going to break out the TS100 because I don't think I had it calibrated quite the way I wanted the last time I used it. So now's the time before I travel with it. This tiny little soldering iron. All right, first of all, let's make it less annoying to use. First of all, why is this so close to that? Let's put this close to the brick. And then this into the wall. I guess you don't need to be there because you won't be on. And I can unplug one of these things. Cool. All right. We have power brick. And I apologize to those of you that are going to show up and want to listen to music. That's not what's happening. I want to put together this project kit that just arrived. I'm very excited about it. Okay, the soldering iron out of here. I don't remember how to do this thing. Oh, there it is. Oh, right, and there's like a set screw or something. Is that right? I can't remember. I think, yeah, just looking at it, there's got to be a set screw, which means there's a teeny tiny little screwdriver somewhere. Was it in that box I just moved? Let's try this first. I think it's probably in here. However, this opens to the side. Oh, there we go. Extra screws too. All right, I just need to loosen that one up, I think. Let's double check. None of them look like they are set right now. Okay, there we go. Just right in there. Tighten that back up. Tighten this one. The boring part of all of this right here. Now I'm going to attempt to read the manual real quick. I just want to know how to change the temperature. Outburn myself. Okay. Let's see here. Part names, cool, blah, blah, blah. Safety, firmware upgrade. All right, I don't think there's anything in here about that, so we're just going to stick that loosely in there. And yeah, I want to beef up the temperature. I wonder if it can go higher. 300 is okay, but it's kind of slow. Cool. Cool. You know what? I think I'm just going to loosely set this in there. Cool. Great. Now, let's do that. Watch as it heats up to 300 C. Can I go higher? Let's see. Oh, yeah. I think I like around 350. Okay. Sorry, let's just leave it there for a second. I'm not sure how to do that. Okay. Now it's getting hotter. Let's see. Oh, yeah. There's some heat. Cool. I could practice with that weird little stand it comes with too, but I think I will save burning myself for the actual conference. All right, here's the badge in question. Lanyard, we won't need that just yet. Beautiful wooden box. Batteries. Anything I don't need is going in there. Don't think I need this. I think this is just like the actual projects. Let's see, lights the LED, blah, blah. Yeah, this will be cool later. Yeah. I hope the chat's working. I don't know. Anyway. Okay, so I think I need to take this out of here. Maybe just pop the top off there and see if it'll slide out. Yes, sir. Designed by professionals. I'm just going to put this sort of, oops, yeah, sort of back together because I think it looks really nice. Look at that box that's going to be dangling around my neck and hopefully intact by the time I'm done. All right, we've got cool sticker. Put that over there. Screen. DCZia logo. Cool. Also a sticker. Yeah, cool. Yeah. The light resistant diode gets its own little fancy bag. That's cool. All right, I'm just gonna take some of the stuff I don't need for soldering right now and move it elsewhere. All of these are just jumpers for the actual 30 projects that it comes with. Oh, almost lost the switch there. Oh, I see why. There is I think that's a speaker. Yeah, that's a speaker because it's magnetic. Cool. Causing all sorts of havoc over there by sticking stuff together. That's okay. Hold on to that button for me. A little speaker. Okay, cool. Key switch, key cap, transparent keycap again. Very cool. Two little switches. I imagine one's to turn on, one's to actually use the switch. I don't know. We'll see. Batteries. I think batteries are probably last. So let's see. So the caps will stick through the box. Then flip the board over. The box will keep the pins from falling out. Oh, I see. They're just telling me how to use that trick. All right. So first thing we got to do is break up these really nice headers. These are nicer than what I typically use because they've got the nice little brassies, probably copper. And cut them up. So break out the dull snips. Snap off 2-pin sections. Are they all 2-pin sections? This one seems longer here. I think what I'm going to look at is I don't want to grab the tape. Okay, look at the photo from the front for reference. Yeah, cool. So a couple of rows here and here. Lots of 2s all over here because you've got a bunch of teeny tiny Microsoft resistors, capacitors, some electrolytics, looks like, and variable resistors, some transistors, LEDs. Cool. Got all the cool stuff. A little sticker ready here for the speaker. Well done. So I think because the only things we actually have to solder on here are a light resistant diode, which goes where, my friend? Actually, you might just be a component to use in the projects, not actually part of this. Let's see. So we've got a switch here. We've got a switch somewhere else. So that one's part of the actual projects. Where, my friend? Oh yeah, these are all, I think, breakouts for the GPIO. We'll see. It'll tell me. I don't know why I have 2 switches. Not seeing a spot for a second switch. Did I just happen to have a second switch? Oh, nope, there it is. Power. There we go. 2 switches. So I think these are going to be shallower, much shallower. So These first, then the switches. All right, let's cut them up. Bunches of twos. All right, so I've chopped these up a bunch. When you do it, I hand over it because they want to shoot across the room real fast. 1, 2, 3. Not stoked about that one. That one looks like it busted. Luckily, I got some extras. So we'll have like a rough edges pile over there for the ones that don't come out so good. I'm sure there will be extras. Because if you've ever snipped these, they don't always go perfectly. Maybe I'll upgrade to slightly sharper tools. Never tried it with an X-Acto or anything. That could be fun. Yeah. How sharp is this one? Let's try it. Edge of the table. I'm not sure that's much better, so it is what it is. They at least want to go flying less far. I'll do like 10 or so. Take a look, do some QC. I'm not sure if the chat's coming through, so I'm going to double check that. It might just be because it's like Monday. No one's online. Cool. Okay, I think chat's probably fine. Good thing I didn't stream music right now. All right. I mean, once these are soldered on, I don't think they're going anywhere. All right. Actually, let's stop for a second because you mentioned that there's like a hole for the capacitor to go through. Oh, this is sick. Hold on. This is way cooler than anticipated. This is what we call a really well-designed soldering experience. Don't take that top back off because what you can do, slide this in here, okay? And I think, if I'm reading this correctly, put all these in place. I'm just going to do 2 for a second. Now once they're there, you flip this around like this. Well, let's see, how does it line up? Oh, no, you just set this right over the top, right like that. There's some holes in there. And then what it'll do is it'll hold those things in place when you flip it over. Yeah, that works really well. I'm not sure I like these, but we'll try them. Give them a shot. Okay, cool. So let's just load it up. That means we can do pretty much them all at once, which is about as ideal as it gets. And yeah. Should have done this on EMS too, because I think this thing could probably, with some help from friends, make some music. But for now, it's gotta be right here. All right, cool. This is rad. I am very excited about this one. Yeah, once they're soldered in, they'll be soldered in, it'll be fine. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just kidding, it does. All right. And I'm just taking a peek to make sure there are no glaring mistakes. All right. Let's do the caps too. Well, we'll leave this one because that one's like sort of questionable. Don't worry, if I run out of these, I got more. So I've had a few projects come with this style, and I typically don't use them because I don't really need them. So I just save them. Anyway, I'm very excited about this project. Clearly, I'm going to solder as much of it as I can tonight so that during DEF CON I can just have fun. Make some of the 30 electronics projects. Make that LED blink. Not sure what else is in there. I haven't read through it yet. In fact, I pretty much just picked this up and came here. I gotta say, I am not disappointed. That really clever case build to make it easier to sort of drop. Where's my plier? Tweezers. It's a little easier with tweezers just because of that wall there. I forgot what I was saying. Doesn't matter. Anyway. Oh, because the holes in the back. This whole thing is really nice. Like it's mounted just deep enough where the stabbies aren't catching on the wood when I slide this around. So it should be pretty trivial to complete. Oh, yeah. All right, they're starting to jump. I'll use the sharper part of the blade. I imagine there's several other people doing the same thing right now, racing to get this done so they can get back to other DEF CON prep. I started on, between practice sessions, I started in on the darknet case file too. Pretty fine there. There's a couple of challenges I'm on now. I'm on Crux 2 and Digital Tinker 2. Which reminds me, let's see if anyone has any questions on any of that stuff. I'm on number 4. I don't know what that means. Anyway, back to focusing. All right. Probably shouldn't leave the box cutter blade out like that, but should be okay. That box cutter likes me anyway. The funniest part of this build is this is the slowest part for sure, the cutting them up and placing the parts. Oh, one down. I'll go find it. There's standing mats you can get so your feet don't hurt when you stand for too long. Actually, what am I doing? Those are really good at keeping things from teleporting into another dimension if they fall on them. So there we go. Cool. Should probably play some music, but I don't know what music I should play. Maybe I should play my own just to hear a playthrough. I did a bit of a playthrough last night that I think went well. The folks that watched were, I think, maybe a little stoned, but I also think they enjoyed it. Oh, see, there's the I think R111 is this buddy here, photoresistor. That's my bet, but we can worry about that later. It's trivial to place a diode like that, even after you put taller stuff in. For those of you who've not seen one of my boring solder streams, congratulations. But also, if you're not familiar with soldering, you start with the smallest, well, typically the shallowest components first. In this case, the shallowest component would have been, I think, the photocell resistor, this little buddy here. It's a fancy bag, but no worries. And then these are the next shallowest. Really, this is a great build for beginners, because there's not a lot to mess up, and these are mostly in pairs of 2. So if you did mess one up, replacing it is less bad. How many more of these 2s do I need? Are there any more? There's a bunch of 3s here because of transistors, and they have 3 legs. So we've got a mechanical key switch here, a little toggle switch. I don't know if it's 2 or 3-way. There's 2. Yeah. Same with the power switch. Makes sense. Use the same part, cheaper, etc. This is really satisfying. It's like completing a puzzle. Except for it looks way cooler than any puzzle. Oh no, shoot, I sliced that one just a tad too close to its pal. So that'll go in the questionable pile there. Like, it's probably still usable, because once the leg's soldered in place, it's not going anywhere. But there's a certain level of pride that goes into this. I also wonder if I have any yellow spray paint or something. Could paint the case, even though the case looks really nice. Just wood. Could stain it. I don't know. I don't really have much time, so spray paint's probably the way to go. Let's start with that because there's not too many left. Oh. Hey, welcome. Building that DCZia badge. Calling it a badge is like not. It feels like an understatement because this thing is going to be endless fun. And like a really handy tool too. Like when I'm breadboarding stuff, here's a bunch of capacitors and resistors to test out. Really nice. Okay, what else? But as far as the build goes, there's not really a lot to it. All right. Trying to, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 left. I think 6 pairs of 2. And then oh, good. There's an extra one. Whatever. All good. I think there are plenty of these sockets. Another cool thing about this, I'll show this after I do the first solder set, maybe. Under here, there's a bunch of numbers in there, and I'm not sure what they're for yet, but they look cool. Lasered into the wood, and whoever did the wood laser did a really good job, I think. All right, are there any other pairs of 2 around here? No, I think next we want 9 sets of 3. Actually, let's do the longer ones first. 1, 2, 3, so 6, 6. They're all a bunch of 6s, so 6 6s and something longer than that. What's the longest? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. 5. That looks like 10 to me. Oh, geez, I hate counting these things because they look. I think that's 10. Find out. All right. Boom. First try. Cool. Now a bunch of 6. Cool. I'm not sure if the camera angle is great on this or not, but it is what it is. It's what I got. Okay, so this is a really nice distraction. I've been practicing my stuff like all weekend and doing packing and all that. Some testing, cable stuff, all the fun things when you're bringing, I don't know, 100 pounds of gear to Vegas because you stupidly wanted to play some music there at DEF CON. By you, I mean me. But I think it's going to be really fun. And I get to play with some friends. And one of the things I'm really excited about is that I built this synth. I live way up in the mountains where nobody I know plays. So it'll be the first time I get to share like Cosmos stuff with other people that know stuff about modular and synths, and even folks that don't will have fun because I put together some stuff that makes it really easy to like perform with little to no skill, which is pretty awesome. I guess that's just how I perform in general, but it'd be cool to see. I'm excited. All right, after I cut these, I'm going to peek in the book because I want to know what projects there are. Okay, let's see, 2 more, and they provided pretty close to a perfect amount of these headers. Yeah, I think that's it. That's the whole thing. It's fun time now, so I'll put these spare ones up there, get the buttons out of the way, sort of clear some space because I don't want to lose things. I suspect it'll be pretty easy to go through these. Let me check on the beeping sounds. Yeah, it's about Let's see. Anyway, what was I saying? Those were just about, there's a Eurorack manufacturer, WMD, and they seem to be shutting their doors, which is a bit of a bummer. They've made some really cool modules, and they're local to me. I think I need to double check something because I feel like I nudged something with the finger. Everything looks happy though, so never mind. Just set that right on there, flip it over, and look at that. We have a perfect soldering station. That's pretty cool. All right, now it's go time. Right away. Let's try out this soldering iron. Okay, so now I know how to use it, ish. This particular one, I normally use the Hako, but I think it's time to... Ooh, it remembered my preference. That's cool. Looks pretty clean. Seems hot. Let's try some solder. Oh, fan. So weird. This cable is like way heavier compared to the weight of this. Oh. It's all right. Yeah, I don't know about this. Let's heat it up even further. I remembered it being kind of funky to work with. Like, stuff just wasn't heating up fast enough. And it could be because the tip is so thin that it may not hold heat that well. I'm not sure. It's also not my usual chisel tip, but that's okay. For something I don't use every day, that's fine. Hotter. And I'm just pinning one pin on each one down. Of habit mostly. Yeah, it takes a little longer, but that's okay. And the reason I'm using this iron is because I just want to get it dialed in before DEF CON, so I'm not fiddling with it. Starting to feel like a sweet spot. Maybe 370 is where it's at on this one. Yeah, I think so. All right, now let's solder. Keep going. And I'm just doing one leg of each because that way, if I happen to, during the flipping process, but if one of them happened to be on there a little crooked, it's trivial to fix. So basically I'll solder all just one leg each pair, flip it back over, take a look, straighten out anything that needs straightening out, and then solder the rest. But because of this really awesome box, I don't think I'll have to do much of that. Yeah, this is starting to feel good now. It just takes a minute. Or maybe, like me, it just likes the number 7. Yeah, it's a pretty solid little iron. Gonna do the job. Last year I used it for the first time at the conference without reading the manual, which makes sense because there really isn't a manual. It's like how to bolt the tip in. That's about it. But I was operating it at 300, which I think is just too low. It takes a long time to heat up the pad, and I think when you hold it on there too long, even at a lower heat, that feels sketchier to me. Now we're moving. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm sort of putting the tip so that it puts a significant amount of surface area of the tip on the pad and the pin. And then I just sort of jam a bit of solder in there. And the soldering part usually is the fastest part for me. Component placement takes a while. Sometimes things need calibration. This would have been a really cool badge with clear solder mask, but I think it's unnecessary because there's most everything is pretty straightforward. I'm curious to see what the display shows and what the USB can do. I wonder if it's just power or if there's a little CTF or something. Okay, just double checking. Everything has at least one. Including that. Yeah, I think we're good to lift up carefully, flip it over. Just make sure everything's straightish. I mean, good enough for me. All right, let's keep going. Product code. That looks suspiciously like a puzzle. Ooh. In association with Sniper Engineering, cats and tentacles. Cool. Okay, so I don't know why, but lately I've been laughing like Peter from Family Guy, and it's driving me crazy. So whoever cursed me, enjoy. Some RX and TX pads right there. Should I solder on some connectors? I don't know. Serial port, maybe. cool. Probably should have worn gloves for this, but that's okay. Usually I do, partly to keep solder, mostly to keep solder off of me. It also keeps things a little tighter, fewer fingerprints, all that. All right, what else do I have going for DEF CON? Friday night. Well, I guess I'm playing Thursday night first of all at the opening of the hall monitor party. So opening for Daughter Knot, a bunch of other really cool DJs. My goal is to like not scare people off before the dance music starts. Not doing like ambient or anything like that, but definitely not going to be the typical thing you see there. So it'll be fun. Then on Friday, I don't really have a plan, but I'll be playing with some friends at Packet Capture Village next to the Wall of Sheep. I almost said Wall of Sheep Village because I haven't any food in it. It's okay. Very excited about that one too because these are folks that are friends of mine that we've also never like. We've only played in person once, and just one of us together. So I'm not really sure what's going to happen then, but it'll be cool. At the end of the night, we'll have a lot of fun. I do have some like dance-ish music prepped, but I think we can also get weird. Why is there steam near my fingers? Is this thing too hot? Is that just like... Okay, that was just solder. Fumes. Probably time to clean the tip because it's starting to get sort of fumy. You know, as I was saying, oh yeah, yeah, we can get weird with it. So I've got a bunch of ways like strangers can play my synth while it's going, and I kind of want to take advantage of that. It might not sound perfect, but I think that's worth it when you can say like to anybody in the crowd, like, "Hey, come on up and play with this laser theremin, or hit this big button to the beat, or things like that. Turn these filter knobs, uh, all sorts of stuff. Prep for it, so it'll be fun." And it's also DEF CON, so there's a lot of people who are really good at hardware and have built like some really cool things. Some of them are audio reactive. So like last year, somebody built a bike helmet covered in LEDs, like a motorcycle helmet. And they just came up to us when we were jamming in the hallway and plugged that in. We had folks jamming out on the OPZ, so using the performance track, which doesn't require a lot of teaching, just like, hey, here's these 16 buttons or 12 buttons or something, and go for it. Have fun, do what sounds cool to you. And it was just a blast. We had a great time. So, hoping to do more of that. I've been yammering for a minute. I'm almost done with this stuff. More to go. Maybe I'll make some dinner. This one's kind of a dangerous pen because it's so light that the cable wants to pull it down, which means that the tip wants to go into my hand. It's constantly being pulled towards my hand. So I probably wouldn't recommend this one as like your go-to soldering iron. But definitely great for soldering on the go. All right, I think that's everything. All right, don't burn down my house. Oh, on my hand. Cool. All right, I'm just gonna do a quick double check. All right, now carefully pick this back up. Didn't burn at all. That's great. No scratches or burns. Let's get that light resistant diode or photocell or whatever it is. And this, I don't believe is polarized. I don't use these that often. Yeah, that just goes right in there and sticks in there pretty nicely. Let's just solder that real quick. Get it done. Yeah, this is a weird soldering iron. The tip is like not quite small enough or not quite big enough. It's like this weird in between. But once I get used to it, it'll be fine. I think I can probably do some SMD stuff with it, which I think I'll have to for darknet. That looks like a questionable solder. Let's hit that one more time. There we go. Oh, oh no. Be right back. I gotta pick up some stuff without being stabbed too much, hopefully. Oh, you know what I need is a magnet. I'll be right back. Let's see if this works. Oh, yeah, like a charm. Oh, this is even smarter than I thought it was. Cool. Oh, I'm gonna have to show you this trick in a second. This is cool. So I have a box of all of the like stabbies, the extra legs from things, and yeah, that's cool. Most of them are magnetic, not all of them, and a bunch of them just spilled out. So that's what I'm picking up real quick because I like to walk barefoot, and that'll do it. That's all of them, and yeah, real easy. Anyway, so I just used this magnet. It's got a plastic cover that comes off, so I just stuck them all to the plastic bit, pulled it off, and they fell right off. Easy peasy. Got to remember that for when I do that again, inevitably. Anyway, save the legs for no good reason other than sometimes they're handy for jumping stuff when you need that short bit of wire to fix something. Cool, so we've got that in there. Looks nice and straight. Then, let's keep reading the instructions. Solder all square pads first. Oh yeah, pick up the badge, check that things are lining up. Cool, did that. Solder on the rest of the parts. It'll be easier. Start with the shortest and work your way up. Oh, there's an assembly video. Cool. Maybe I'll watch that after when I'm doing other projects. Okay, so let's check out this one. I suspect that's probably the next thickest, if not the switches. That's definitely bigger. That's definitely the tallest. What size potentiometer? Are you a potentiometer? Where you go, buddy? Here, what do you say? Here's CC503B. Let's see if we can upgrade this. So let's sorry about the arm cam, CC305B. Potentiometer, variable resistor, whatever. I guess I could just measure it. Wish it just said like B100K or something on there. Maybe it'll say in here. Let's see. Do you talk about the parts at all, buddy? Like the LEDs and resistors. Maybe LEDs and resistors will have schematics, components. Variable resistor. Where are you, buddy? Right here. Doesn't say. Just looking for project that uses it. Oh, here we go. This will let you use the potentiometer. Resistor. 50K, I think. I think it's a 50K resistor, variable resistor, which I'm positive I have, but let me just measure it because I have a multimeter somewhere. Oh no, my multimeter is, oops, oh, I have another one, cool. Oh, I have two multimeters, or just one. This one came with the house. So it's probably 50K, so let's see, we want to make sure we're there, and then go to, I'm very unfamiliar with this particular one. Oh, it's got these really tiny friends. Okay, let's make sure you're turned all the way one way or the other. $50K it is. All right. Yeah, let's upgrade this thing. It's like 0p. No. Yeah, I love how this thing has the Radio Shack vibe. It has like the Radio Shack font and everything. What's up, Buck? Sorry this isn't music, but this is a really cool. It's awesome. Let me get a 50K resistor. 50K. 25. Pretty sure you're 50K. Yes, sir. How much space do I have around it? Like, I think this will work. It looks like the same footprint. Let me just double check. Oh yeah, this is going to work just fine. I just don't like the plastic D-shaft ones. Even if I can't put a knob on here, which I think I might actually be able to fit one. We'll see. Yeah. Oh, is this a center detent? I don't want that. Hold on. So center detent is when there's like a little notch in the middle. I don't want that for this. I want this to be nice and smooth. So I just got a different B50K. Essentially the same, just without the detent. All right. Yeah, that'll be much nicer. All right, we'll save that for a minute. I don't know why I just tested that now. That'll be a cool upgrade. All right, switches are next. And then probably the key switch. Let's use the box trick because this one has to fall through. Look at that. Look at this book. They cut holes in the bottom of the box here so that you can use it to flip things over without stuff falling out. Smarter people than me. All right. So the switch is on. My music gear's in another room. I don't know if I could solder in that room. I think I'd yell at me. Yeah. And I'm just making sure this is nice and well aligned. All right. Yeah, I should have moon landed this, huh? That would have been good. I guess I have a phone over here I could probably use and send it to a mixer. I don't know. Hold on. Where's my friend? Go. Just pulling off a little tiny bit of solder. Because I didn't want to short the power switch. Actually, this one's the power switch. You listen to High Roller by Crystal Method. That's awesome. You know what? That's what I should have somebody do on Thursday when I'm playing, or maybe Friday, like either sing or talk through the Moonlander while I'm playing. Yeah, that's a good idea. There's got to be somebody who wants to get some attention and sing and all that. So yeah, that's a good idea. That's a cool idea. Okay, so next, I think the key switch, maybe this thing. This thing, is this a buzzer or what? I have no idea. I've never used anything that looks quite like this. Guess I'll learn. Oh, perfect. That'll just sit right in there. Switch, not so much, so we'll just use the old trick. Harden, do that. Then, you know what I should have done is put in some sockets, some mill socket. What are they called? Mill max sockets, something like that, so I can make the key switch hot swappable. But too late for that. Yeah, I should listen to some Crystal Method. Got a 11-hour drive to Vegas on Wednesday, so that'll be on the playlist for sure. I guess I could say that. Alright. Next, put off some of the stabbies. Those of you that order from Mouser, I love these boxes because they have really good stabby catches. Alright, what's next? Oh, I should have done the screen. Wait, does the screen just sit in here? Aha, whoops. Whoops. Okay, so I soldered sockets where the screen goes. Let's deal with that. I think what I'm going to do is grab my pliers and pry the plastic off because I don't need to save the sockets. I just need to get it so I can individually desolder these things. Oh, they just broke? Alright, so that was a bad idea. This is going to require some creativity. Alright, well, we'll burn the tip of my fingers. Alright. Oh, Operation Socket everything. This is Operation Desolder everything. Luckily, I'm excellent with solder braid. That shouldn't be a skill to be bragged about. I just need that fuck up a lot. Oops. This is why you watch the video. There's just one little itty bitty piece left in there, which is as good as I can hope for considering I busted it off. Ooh, this is going to be a sketchy move. What's the third one? Try not to scratch the plate. Cool, got it. Alright, let's clean this up a little bit. For those of you following along, I hope you weren't. Also soldering. That was the wrong way to do it. Oh, there's another little piece still on there, huh? I wonder if I can just push that. Oh, no. Gonna have to do that sketchy move again. Got it. Ooh, is there a link to this gizmo so you can see what it looks like? This is, hold on, I will mock up what it looks like very shortly. Like, we're pretty close to finishing this thing. Yeah, that's how the screen's supposed to be. Whoops. Alright, let's put you back in there. Let's B50K. And I think we can do this as well while we're here. You know what? Let's do the battery pack first. This is the biggest thing. Then the screen. Okay. Alright, that battery pack is going nowhere. Probably should have glued that down, but I don't think it'll be a problem. Alright. How's the screen look? Screen looks pretty good. Good enough. Solder it the rest of the way on, for real this time. Alright, I don't even think I need to chop those off. I think that's it for soldering. So I'm going to turn this thing off somehow. Like a button to do that? I guess I'll just unplug it. Cool. Alright, let's show you the final result of all of this work. So this slides in there, and there's a lid somewhere. Here, like this. Yeah. That is the final result. Throw some batteries in there, which are in here. And then laugh because I soldered the potentiometer in crooked. Let's fix that. The one thing I didn't check, but that's okay. We'll make it work. Which means turning you back on. Back up to 370. Wait a minute. Oh, okay. So yeah, it looks. Oh, video resolution is poor. Wonder what I can do about that. Wonder. Should be 75. It should be pretty good. Let me drop the audio rate down. Maybe get rid of high resolution. Try that. Anyway, we'll hold that there for a minute. I'm gonna think this is salvageable. I think I'm just gonna move a little bit. Yeah. A couple more times. Straight. No, but closer. Let's just desolder it. Anyway, just search up DCZia on Twitter, and it'll be in one of those posts or tweets. Because it's gonna be a minute, 'cause I gotta do some more stuff, because I was careless. Probably should use the solder sucker on this bit. Okay. You know what? Let's do it. Got really good at this thing. Twitter, no thanks. There. I find the solder sucker works the best on things with larger holes so that air can be pulled through and get the solder out of there. Well, it's good for getting a lot of stuff at once. Definitely underwhelming. This is embarrassing, but I think I'm going to sacrifice this thing. Alright, let's just cut this thing. Move on. Good thing I got more. It's just like, this cost me $1. Some change. Pay more attention next time, I guess. Sounds good. But I also have other stuff I gotta get done tonight, so I'm not gonna spend too much time on it. Yeah, it's an electronics project kit, but it's also for DEF CON, so it'll be. I think there's some extra challenges, and I don't know if you can see the back, but there's like something that looks very much like a cipher towards the bottom. Sorry about the quality. Wish I was better. I have to figure out what's going on there. We're just gonna put trash here now. Reusable. All right, let's go get another one. Another center detent to clean up those pads a little bit. This is mostly so things will fit. This time, I'm gonna make sure everything's in there perfect first. There we go. To make the LED light up. Yeah, I don't. So the hardware hacking village and the soldering skills villages, I guess it's 2 villages now, at DEF CON, they're going to be busy this year helping people troubleshoot this stuff. All right, that looks better. Now let's put this thing together. Oh, we also have to put the speaker on. How is that done in the picture? I think I want the shiny bit up. Okay, so we need pretty short wires. Okay. There are learn to solder badges for sure. Um, Specifically called learn to solder, and they have like everything from larger components through whole stuff to I think they even go to SMDs at some point. But yeah. Oh no, Digital Tinker, 2 hours. I was getting nervous because our post office loses things, and it was scheduled to be here tomorrow, but I got lucky on this one. You can borrow mine if you want. I think I'm going to use these to strip the wires carefully. Let's see how. Man, it's like right up in there. All right, well, wish me luck on this one, or it's going to have to be some really creative soldering. Oh, first try. Cool. Phew. Should have used my teeth, but that worked. Teeth work surprisingly well on super thin gauge wire. Can't say it's good for teeth, though. And I'm not sure which way is out. I'm going to snag a picture online real quick. Let's see here. DCZia, where are you, buddy? No, there's some pictures there. Maybe I should look up hamster. Yeah, there's a good picture. Let's zoom way in. Okay, yeah, it looks like this goes down like that. So that'll be perfect. Let's do the sticker now. There's already a little solder on these pads. Easy peasy. So let's do that. Good enough. All right, let's see what this thing does, huh? Is there a pool for how many electronic caps will be exploded at the event? Oh, electrolytic caps? Thankfully, badges typically don't have electrolytics on. This one does. So we'll see. All right, that's in there. I'm trying to think what else I would need to do. I'm just going to put this back on there and then put some batteries in and see what happens. I'm wondering what this screen is for. Typically, these kits don't have a screen. We'll just use the provided batteries because I'll just get some. I have some better ones that I'll use for the event. Amazon Basics. Okay, one. Wait, which way was? There was something about down. Okay, down is on. Oh, cool. That's how the synthesizer works too. So that's familiar. All right. So let's see. Will it power on? Ooh, we have lights. We have the 3001, AC1, AC or ADC2, both bouncing around a little bit. Those are this. It looks like those are the inputs here. Yeah, when I touch it, things happen. 3-volt ground. I actually haven't even looked at this yet. Let's put this on there too. Cool. Yeah, let's do some stuff. Let's make a light up, huh? Step one. We're just gonna follow this. Light the lead. Cool. Try using the push button to tap Morse code. All right. Oh wow, these are very grippy sockets. Okay. Ground. Right now that goes to resistor. Couple more. Going to LED. And then the other side of the resistor to the other side of the LED. And assuming nothing's wrong, oh, that like shorted. All right. Yeah, it's shorting it. All right, let's pull the cap off and see what I did wrong. Pretty sure that's not the intended light the LED behavior. So, guess would be it's around here. Neither of those look like they are shorted. Maybe I should just do my own little test here without the button. All right, so we've got a resistor here. And we'll take this resistor side to 3 volts. We should get, all right, so the LED lights up. I think the diagram might, something's weird here with the diagram. Let me check something out. Oh yeah, that shouldn't be shorting the ground. Something about this particular side is unhappy. Yeah. Just taking a look. It's really weird. I don't know why that would be the case. Well, let's try it with the switch. What does the switch do? Okay, no problem with the switch there. Okay, let's do the other side of the switch and go to the resistor. So we're essentially doing the same thing but without the button. All right, so that works. So it has something to do with this button. Let's take a look. I don't know what would be wrong with this button though. No solder shorting there. Nothing there. You know. Anyway, no idea. Yeah, it just doesn't like that one side. Is that because that's the rail there, maybe? Oh, maybe that's what happened there. Hold on. Let's see, I know what's happening. Cool. Problem solved. It's not a normally dead switch. Let's turn the power off real quick. So there's a ground rail going around here, and it looks like a little solder maybe got through. So if I clean that up with a little bit of this, I suspect that's all it'll take is fixing that. Now, hopefully, turn it back on and try shorting it again. It should be fine. Hey, no shorts. Look at that. Problem solved. Okay, let's do the circuit again, just because I do it right. So this one goes to this. This one goes to here, to here, to a small resistor, 100 ohm, I think. And this goes to this, and then we should get some Morse code. Yeah, sick. Cool. Cool. What's the highest resistance value you can use before the LED turns off? Oh, I want to guess this. My guess, looking at these resistors, got 300s, we've got 100K, 10K, 5, 6. I'm going to guess probably 680 or 1K. Let's go with 680. Let's try that. I think it'll still light up, but I think it'll be dim. Yep, still lights up. 1K. Let's do it. It's probably like 10K. Let's jump to 10K. Still lights up. Definitely not going to light up with 100K. Oh, it's still lighting up with 100K. So what's the highest resistance I can use? Well, we can chain resistors. If you chain them, you just add them up. So let's go 10K. We could use a variable resistor too. I'm guessing 110K is not enough. Maybe 150. No, it still lights up. Okay, let's go to the potentiometer, I guess. It's so dim though. It's so close. I'm gonna guess it's around like 200K or something. Now put on KMFDM's crank to learn Morse code. Sick. Actually, funny about Morse code. Hold on. Somewhere over here, my friend is the start of a Telegraph module that will do just that. Basically, you drop in a text file and it'll Morse code it out to the beat. It's pretty cool. Create some synthesizer sequences. Yeah, LEDs and resistors. We already did that. RGB mixing because there's an RGB LED here. Easy peasy. What is some fun projects? These are all fun, but what is some stuff I haven't done? Ooh, oscillator. Grandfather clock, pulse oscillator. Light controlled switch. That's pretty cool. I'm guessing the light controlled switch involves one of the transistors. Turn off delay oscillator. What should we do? Audio or pulse oscillator? This thing does have a speaker, and I do want to be annoying with it. Let's go to 19, I think. Or, yeah, 19. Okay.
I'm going to feed them upstairs.
Okay.
How's it going?
Good. Well, hold on. Let me mute. All right. Yeah, sorry. Let's do this proper in the box. What am I doing? Think I like my slightly worse sockets a little better, but these will be better for the conference when I'm walking around with a circuit for sure. All right, let's make this complicated one. This is designed to hang around your neck or you walk around and participate. Cool. So let's start with 3 volt. Guess we're going to the button first, probably to mute and unmute the sound would be my guess. Then to okay, here. Okay, then we want to go to the center post. Taking a couple of those out. Okay. To this is almost indecipherable with this many things. Like, yeah. But it's going to be doable. Okay, so then the second one from the center post goes to here. That's our first audio bit. We want a ground wire to come from here to this is so rad. The middle. I'm guessing this is a buzzer or something. The other ground goes to a resistor 10K. Sorry, this is definitely not in order, but that's okay. I guess we're doing a variable resistor, probably for pitch would be my guess here. Also that 10K. And then this goes to third leg, okay. the B. I forget what B stands for. I should know more about transistors because I literally just made a project with them. Made a whole module with just for DEF CON. And that goes to the this capacitor. Okay. Running out of, I guess we'll go to red next, or yellow. Yellow, I like yellow. What else am I missing? This leg goes to one of the, okay, goes to the capacitor here. So far the screen hasn't turned off, so that's a really promising sign. I'm going to take the other thing from that capacitor and go to the GPIO pin 2, it looks like. Okay, next. What else we got here? I'm sorry, this is probably really... Oh, the slightly have lower insertion force characteristics. Okay, yeah, those are typically the ones I have on a lot of the synthy things, and I know what you're talking about. All right. Guess we're going to orange next. Okay, so we got those, we got that, got that, that. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. Yeah. We're missing one here though. Do AC ADC1. Okay. And then we're missing one. No, I got that. That. We have sound. I'll have to hold it close to the camera. But you know what that means is I should probably pull off. I believe this just slides off, or is it? Yeah. So there's the upside down numbers I was talking about. Not sure what they're for yet, but they're there. But what I could do is drill a hole and mount a socket on there, like one of these friends. What do you think? Pre-modify it? I mean, I've only had it for a few minutes, but I feel like it'd be fun to put this into the synthesizer. Why not? It's an oscillator. It makes sound. All I need to do is tap into these two wires here. Theoretically, it will make a lot of sound. Let's unplug this. Yeah, you tell me. Yeah, it does sound like a dying honeybee. What could possibly go wrong? Well, this is deep enough, first of all. Maybe not, actually. So maybe I put it out the top or bottom. Let's see. This will have a lanyard on the top that looks something like this. Wow, there's 2 rings there. Oh, okay. I see what's happening. Just a second. Getting this all. So these rings sort of go in here and grab through these holes, and then you wear the whole thing around your neck like Mr. T. All right, so we built a synthesizer already. That's a great project. So I'm going to switch it off and let's modify it. I just need to figure out where to drill the hole, whether I should drill it on the top or the bottom. Sort of thinking if I do it on the bottom, I can't stand it like this. Like it won't sit nicely on the on a shelf or whatever after between cons and stuff. Could do the side. Plenty of room for the side. I'm also wondering how much of this I should glue together. Like, I don't know if these rings are strong enough to hold it in place, but like to keep it from falling apart. But if they are, then it means all I need to glue together are the bottom and the side panels. Like, will this fall off? Yeah, that could fall off. And yeah, I think I'm going to have to do some gluing. Like, it should stay together, but when in doubt, glue it. All right. So, actually, that's a thought. Maybe the side is where I want it. Which side? Could put it like up top, right side, down below. What do you think I should put it? Because if I put it down below, then this little lid here will cover it. Is it deep enough? Yes. Cool. Ooh, that's an idea too. What else can I do? It'll have to have wires coming out of there that I can plug into stuff, right? Could normal it too. All right, I think we've reached the end of this stream. But yeah, Velcro solution that lets me disassemble it. Yeah, that's an idea. I like the way this looks. This is a really nice case, Hamster and DCI Electronics, DCZia. Yeah, cool. 30 unknown. Yeah. All right, I'll play us out. It was stupid. All right, have a good night, y'all. Thanks for watching. Buck will probably stream tomorrow sometime.